like this nose. She is centerfold. I got principles.
Hey, what's good? It's your girl Mir.I.am, Carolina Waves. We are here for another dope podcast. I got a very special guest joining me who, since I've been doing music in the Raleigh-Durham area, he's been a face that has always been present even before then. And so we got a lot to catch up on. We got a lot to talk about. Introduce yourself.
Shit, you know what the fuck going on? Some motherfucking WAP, Rastaa, your favorite song. I'm here with Mir.I.am.
Yes, sir. Rastaa, what's good?
Nah, shit, man, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just ran in here from this rain, but
I know.
We still
the weather's
cooking,
crazy.
though.
I don't know when y'all gonna see this, but the
Bro,
weather's crazy right now.
It started storming out of nowhere for like 30 minutes. So, welcome to North Carolina. Man.
Right, welcome to North Carolina. 12 seasons in 1 week.
For sure.
Okay?
For sure.
But man, I'm glad that we got a chance to catch up because, we haven't really had a chance to sit down. We've just kind of always passed each other.
Always in passing, yo.
You know what I'm saying? We always see each other,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of cool that we get to sit down now. So I kind of want to take it all the way back.
Right.
So tell me, what city? Where are you from?
I'm originally from California. Yeah.
Really? Cali?
Mm-hmm.
So when did you move out here?
I moved here now, 2008? Yeah, 2008. Yeah, 2008.
Okay.
So I've been here for a minute. I mean, this is home, but that's definitely where
Yeah,
I'm
it's
from.
home by
I'm
now.
from the West Coast, yeah, but I've been here for 12, 13 years. I'm weak as hell. I'm weak as hell, yeah.
So, when you were out in Cali, you obviously were young.
Mm-hmm.
Were you making music then, or is that something that started once you moved to North Carolina?
Yeah, I've been making music my whole life, man. My dad is a reggae artist, you feel me? So he had a band when I was growing up. So I've always been involved in music, but like rapping was a little like foreign to me because like I grew up like playing instruments and shit. Not necessarily like going to the studio or whatever, but like I learned how to play piano and like drums and guitar and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then like I transcended all of that into like rap when I got a little older, and then was like I wanted to do the cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It wasn't as cool being like 11 and knowing all the words to like James Brown and shit. You know what I'm saying? niggas want impressed by that. You know.
Be in third grade, like get up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wait, what?
Exactly.
What's happening right now?
Exactly.
So when did you first start putting it in action to where, all right, I'm gonna record music.
Right.
I'm gonna go into the studio. I'm gonna pursue this as to what I want to do.
Facts. I started recording myself when I was like 12 years old. To be honest.
It was like on a little janky tape
It
recorder.
was on some bullshit, bro. I had the so I had a regular stage mic, like a stage mic, right? Plug that shit into the computer. I had the Tupperware around the mic, the sock on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Had that shit plugged into the computer. Took the cord, went into the closet, had a press record, run into the closet, wrap my shit, come back out, stop. So I mean, like, I was doing that shit for real.
It
but
sounds like a dedicated
from
time in your life,
bro. I've been doing that forever. So then I stepped up. Then I had the little, I had the like gaming headphones. I used to rap on the shit, like the little headpiece shit. I was rapping on that for a while. So I done did every way you could think of to get that music done. But I originally started like as far as studio work with production, like I started making beats first. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, rap was foreign to me, so I never knew how to rap, but I knew how to make music. You know what I'm saying? So like you give me a keyboard and it's like, oh, I can figure this out. Like it's just putting sounds together. And then I think like through producing so much and then just like listening to a ridiculous amount of rap, I was like, oh, okay, I can do this shit for real. You know what I'm saying? But I never really, like, if you would have asked me when I was like 10 or 11, 12, like, I wouldn't have said I want to be a rapper. I probably would have been like, I want to be a musician, because that was my dream at the time,
Do you remember the name of the first song you ever recorded?
The first song I ever recorded, bro, was so trash. The first song I ever recorded, so my real name is Lasan, right? And the first song I ever recorded was called Last Tight. So I took my name and put tight on the end. And it was so bad. It was like this techno fusion hip hop shit. It was so bad, bro. But, hey, look, humble beginnings, man. Humble beginnings, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So take us to your journey on the Raleigh music scene.
Yeah.
Because you've been a prevalent face on the scene, like I said, since before I started doing music.
Right.
So kind of tell me about your journey here in the 919.
Okay. Man, it's a long story, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. And I ain't gonna say no names. So, but so first things first. When I got here, there really wasn't no like I want to say no rap scene, but there really won't no like places to go for rap. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I know I could go to this venue and see a rap show, or I could go to like I could pop up at this studio and see, like there wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So like when I first came here, it was really just about like creating a place for me to do my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I knew in order to do that, like it wasn't just me that needed that. Like I knew it was everybody needed that. Because when I would talk to other rappers, that's what they would say. Like, yeah, I wish there was a way for me to get my shit off, or a place to like there wasn't. It was just the internet, which is cool, but everybody got that. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you have in your hometown? So like the first thing we started doing was like the showcases and shit. We started doing the showcases when I was 2 years out of high school. I graduated 2010. So this is like 2012, 2011 we started doing showcases and shit. We had one that was going every week, and we did that for a month, and then it turned into 5 a week. Then that 5
a week?
5 a week, yes.
Damn.
Around 2014, we were doing 5 a week. We had the Loft, London Bridge, Black Flower, not Hive. What was it called at the time? It was some club on Glenwood that ain't there no more. I forgot what the fuck it was called at the time. And there was one other one, but we had all them shits booming every week. Showcase, right? Wow. That shit got crazy.
That's crazy.
It was a lot. And then we ended up doing like shit. Like we ended up doing the first North Carolina hip hop tour in 2016. It was completely independent. Like we funded that shit ourselves. We went to 9 different cities. We ended up doing the Culture Development Project here, which was like a 3-day event. We did that shit twice. I mean, we done did a lot of shit here for sure. You know what I'm saying? But it's all like, it was all in the sense of me just trying to create a place. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted like a place for everybody to be able to get their shit off, because like I would hang out with people and I'm like, damn, like all of us is talented, like not just me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm humble enough to be like, damn, like you talented, bro.
Right,
like you know what I'm saying? Like
because you do put on a lot of shows and provide a lot of opportunities.
But that it's all genuine, because I just want, like, I'm like, bro, the same way I want everybody to see my shit, I want them to see your shit too. You know what I'm saying? But this whole time, while I'm doing all these shows and shit, behind the scenes, I'm working on my craft. You know what I'm saying? This whole time, I'm putting music out, but every time I wasn't at a show, I was at the studio. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Every time I go home and I leave the show, I go home and write for hours. You know what I'm saying? So the dream was always there. It was just like the way I approach music is very like delicate. Like I got a lot of respect for like the art of music. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's something that I'ma just like jump into, or something I just feel like, oh, I've done this 2-3 years, like, oh, I'm ready. Like I just didn't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just being honest with myself. Like I'll listen to music back and be like, nah, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't right yet. You know. But now I feel like I got it. Now I feel like I'm the GOAT. So, you know what I'm saying? It's time to drop my shit.
That's shit.
You know what I'm saying?
So 2014, 15.
Right, 16.
There were a lot of, I kind of started dabbling in late 2015 and 2016 on. There was a different crop of artists back then. Yeah. A lot of whom have retired.
Gone on.
Some have passed on and you know, just done different things. So, but you're kind of still one of the few that's kind of from that crop that's still kind of holding the torch on. But you're just now dropping, is it your debut?
It's my debut,
It's your debut project, which is crazy. So, Touche. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But I wanna kind of go back a little bit, because one of the things that I like about you is that you provide other opportunities for other artists, and you, like I said, you do a lot of shows and events and festivals and things like that. So how has that kind of helped you, you know, as an artist, being able to provide that platform for others also?
Right. I think your network is your network, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like now I could, it's funny, even when I'm not involved in things that are going on in North Carolina, I feel like I always know what's going on, because it's just like I'm just tapped in with so many different circles. Because even though you saying and like it's a whole different crop of artists, it is like that is a huge fact. It's a whole different crop of artists. Like I remember all of the people that I was running around with in 2012, 2013, 14, 15, like you saying.
Yeah.
About 30% of us is left. You know what I'm saying?
It's only a few left.
So, but I feel like the thing is, a lot of the new people is like they're coming up under people that aren't rapping no more, or people that are going into podcasting now, or people that have their own studios now. So it's like, even with them, they're able to be like, nah, bruh was bro was the one back in the day that was
Yeah.
organizing all the shit. Like, you need to tap in with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just a good feeling because I feel like I'm a part of everybody's shit. Even if they don't feel like I am, just because I know like what role I played. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the artists now, I remember when they was coming to me like, bro, I need a show. I ain't got no way to get booked. Like, I remember all these conversations. So it's just a good feeling to me, for real. You know what I'm saying? More than anything, it's just like, bro, I'm just happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to finally be putting my shit out. You know, niggas to finally hear me because I definitely feel like it's worth it. You know.
Yeah, and you know, it's exciting to know that you have that background in musicianship.
Yeah, for sure.
So, we're gonna talk about the project in just a moment, but you know, it's funny how fast things move and time and even with social media. Like, we had social media back in 14, 15 or whatever, but it's a whole new ball game now.
Right.
So, you know, how have you kind of been able to adapt? What do you think are some of the main differences from back then when you were kind of, you know, trying to make a movement and make an impact versus now?
Now I'm more so interested in, I guess, like, I wouldn't want to use the word community, but I'm more so focused on like my lane. Like, I'm not really like, I feel like more so I was like, before it was like, this is going on over here and I'm trying to come into it. And now I'm kind of like, I'm creating this over here, and whoever comes is like, I'm welcoming them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it now.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a content game now. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell everybody, the difference between now and back then is like, back then rappers were competing with rappers. Now rappers are competing with comedians, Instagram chefs, damn modeling, damn photographer. We competing with everybody.
Anybody that happens to get a little bit of clout, and
That's what
then
I'm saying.
they wanna finesse it into a career.
Now we competing with them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now it's a content game. Like, you gotta have consistent content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how good of a rapper you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how millions of followers you got, bro. If you ain't got consistent content, it's not going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how the game is now.
Yeah.
You know, but in the same breath, I will say it's all about what you trying to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you trying to look for an opportunity that's just gonna catapult you and get you to a higher position, or get you some fame, or feel like you could hit this one thing and it be a lick and you'll get a whole bunch of money, if that's what you looking to get, it's a little different. You gonna play the game a little different. You know what I'm saying? You looking for that one thing that's like gonna get me there.
Yeah.
That's what some people look for. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm more interested in building like an actual cult area fan base, like, that I know is gonna like support me for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm more interested in that. So everything I release, whether it's content, music, whatever, is like a little building block to build that big foundation. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way I see it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, people with that dedicated core fan base, they don't ever leave.
Oh, God.
Whether or not you have a project out, whether or not anything, you drop a tour and people gonna show up.
Look at all these rappers that aren't in the like public eye per se, like Currency, Tech Nine, like all of them.
They'll
is
sell
like,
out the Ritz
they
in a
chilling,
heartbeat.
Big Crit, like. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to deal with none of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? None of this on the shade room. None of that. They be chilling and make their money, go on their tour, come home. Like,
that's so true. And it really is, you know, about what you see as
what
successful
you want.
yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because those artists are very successful.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, some people might think that, you know what, it's the Grammys and I need stadiums, but, you know, everybody's different, to each their own. So you really have to just define what success is for you, and don't get caught up in everybody else's standards.
And that's one of those things too, like, in that process, when I'm talking about building my craft, it's not just like the music, it's more so like you said, like defining things in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really doing this for? What is success really? You know what I'm saying? Because that helps you formulate a plan. You can't really make a plan if you don't know what the end goal is. You know what I'm saying? So when you decide like, oh nah, I'm trying to be famous, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm trying to build something.
It's a different pathway.
Yeah,
based
exactly.
on what you choose that you want to do.
Hell yeah.
So we got to talk about the project.
Let's get it.
Man, this has been a long time coming.
For sure.
And I'm sure that you probably have 5,000 songs
Man,
that
6,000.
you had to sit that you were just like,
bro,
shit.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you know, that you wanted to make the cut. So
Yes.
tell me about the project. Are they all newer songs? Is it some that you had like in the past that you were like, nah, this has to go on there? Tell me all about it.
So, bro, man, like you said, I do got thousands of songs, bro. It don't make no sense. And like, even though this is my first debut EP, like, this isn't the first time I tried to put out an EP. You know what I'm saying? But the artist in me got the best of me and was like, hell nah, it ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? I done got like literally to the release and been like, nah, I'm not ready. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta cook up some more. You know what I'm saying? And that's just part of the process though. But this project, like I said, is 7 songs, you know what I'm saying? We recorded it during the course of the pandemic, really. You know what I'm saying? It took us like a year, you know, flat to record these 7 songs. And the one thing that made it easier and what I kind of realized I had to do for myself is like, be like, okay, I'm only working on these songs, like, for this. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not about to go and do, I'm just about to lock in on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time, like, and the thing that helped was I recorded these songs at a different studio than I normally record at. So it was like, every time I went there, we were focused on this project. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, pull up whatever is on there. Nah, it was like, we focus on this. So, we recorded it probably about 3 times for real, you know what I'm saying? So we recorded it like all the tracks once, took a break, came back, recorded them again, took another break, came back, recorded them again, just to get like the best version of what we wanted. But the actual EP is about like a phase of 3 years in my life. It's about 2014 to 2017. It's about 3 years of my life. That's mainly where all the music is coming from. It's extremely honest. My whole idea for the project was like, have you ever seen like a group of people that don't really belong together and you like, how did all these people meet? You ain't never seen that? Like, that's how I put the music together in my head. Was like, I wanted every aspect of my life that may be uncomfortable or may be comfortable to you to like be put in one area at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if you listen to like some of the bars I use or some of the words I'm saying, like, it'll be like some super emotional shit with some like super trap shit right next to each other. You know what I'm saying? Or like some super like self-traumatizing, I'm talking about what happened in my life, next to some like, listen to what I got now. Like, I'm trying to give you every aspect in one project. So that's really what it was. And that's how I decided it should be my debut, because it's like showing a lot of my layers. You know what I'm saying, as an artist. So yeah.
So 2014 to 2017 is a period. So what were you going through during that time period? Bro,
my life, it was just a crazy time, man. 2014 is when my son was born. Right? It's when my first child was born. So that was a big deal, you know, that turning point in my life for sure. But it led to like, you know, just because you got something new in your life, it doesn't mean that your life changes instantly. You know what I'm saying? You still got to go out there and make those changes. So it was really just about like that conflicting part of your life, kind of trying to transition from, you know, not making the best decisions and being kind of reckless and, you know, moving around how you want and getting into shit that you're really not supposed to get into like trying to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like that conflict, that eternal conflict that I was having during the 3 years is really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Without getting into too much detail, that's what it's about.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to download and stream it if you want to find out more specifics.
Facts. There you go. Facts.
Support the artist.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it definitely sounds like it's topics and matters that people will be able to relate to and connect to. Yeah. So definitely make sure I go download, stream, and support Touche out on all platforms.
For sure.
So do you have any artists that you featured on the project? Who'd you work with producer wise?
Yeah, so it's the same producer for all the tracks, my boy LD. He produced every song on there. And that was a very important thing to me too. It's like, I just when we sat down to do the project, I mainly wanted to make sure it was the same producer, because I'm all about like building a sound for real with somebody organically. Yeah. And then also, you know, the cool thing about the process of the project is like, even with working with one producer, it wasn't like him sending me a whole bunch of beats and then like we go figure it out. It was literally me sitting there and he playing through the sounds, like the sounds, and me being like, oh, I like that, let's build with that.
Yeah.
And then he would go into the drums, and I'd be like, nah, double that up to everything. Like, it was literally us really
Sounds
making
like a collaborative project.
Yeah, so that's what really made it like, damn, this is special. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like everything was being made at the same time. It wasn't no separation in the creation. It was like he was making the beat, I was working on the words, he was done with the beat, the words was done, and then it was like, boom, let's put this shit together. So
custom made.
Hell yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you work with on it? Did you have any features?
No features. This shit was all me because it was my debut, man. It got to be all me.
I'm not mad.
Yeah,
at
it got to be all me.
You know, a few artists have done the same thing, and it makes sense because it's like you want to give all you organically you on your first project.
And I put out a lot of features this year, anyways.
Yeah, you had some other tracks. Like you had a track with XL and Icy.
Yeah, I got a track.
So that was just a single. That's
that
not on the project.
Tracks I'm throwing out. Yeah,
yeah.
At one point, I was releasing a song every Wednesday for like 22 weeks. So I put out like 22 songs.
Wow.
At some point.
Okay. Well, do you think you're gonna eventually like package any of that into an album, or you think it's just songs that you want to just kind of get out? Since you have like 12,000 songs in the vault anyway, like
I think I'm gonna just let them live for now. But I do plan. But see, like my whole plan is like I don't want to give away all the tea, but my whole plan is to release. I plan to release EP every 2 months. So I'm finishing up my next one right now.
Okay.
And the one after that.
So that's gonna be 2017 and 2020.
You smart. You smart.
So, you know, speaking of 2020, crazy ass year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, shit got shut down. Some stuff's not opening back up. Lost a lot of people. Life just will be different from now on. What do you look back on the year and like what are some of the takeaways from you that you went through, things that you went through and experienced, or things that you learned about yourself during that time period? Because you know, as an artist, you gotta still be relevant no matter what is going on. So, you know, talk to me about that time period for you.
See, like, it's weird for a hermit nigga like me. Like, that shit was love. So I was like, I'm gonna just go to the studio. Like, I don't even know. Like, that shit wasn't no problem for me. I was like, hell yeah, this is great. It's what I asked for my whole life. Shit.
Yeah, all the introverts were like,
yeah,
more of this.
Exactly. I was like, could we like have a longer pandemic? Is that possible?
I honestly was kind of sad when stuff started opening back.
I was like, no, don't do it.
I was like,
what is going on? So it wasn't that bad for me as far as like how I was to handle it, but I hope that like people got from it. I hope people took a lot from it because there was a lot to learn like in that time. You know, I think a lot of people took like that there wasn't no security. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't no dependence on anything. Like anything could happen tomorrow. Like literally, it was like a week ago you had a job, and then now it was like not only did you not have a job, like you couldn't get one. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I think,
and you can't go outside.
and you can't
visit grandma.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Like, it was just a lot.
So I think it was just like a lot of people kind of got into that. Damn, I'm really like out here like by myself. Like I gotta figure this shit out. It was a little more of that going around, but for me, artistically, like, it was great. It was just time to create, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I fell into that shit full force. Like, nigga, I'm about to work on everything I ain't had a chance to work on, for sure.
Yeah. And then, you know, like you said, you dropped a song every week.
Yeah.
You're still dropping videos.
That's what I did during the pandemic. That's when it was.
Yeah.
It was like towards the end of when was it? When did I start? Like, towards the middle of 2020, I started it. And then I just was like, I ain't got shit to do.
Right.
Just go out here, shoot a video, drop a song. Shoot a video, drop a song. I was just doing that shit every week.
Do you shoot videos, or do you have like a team with you?
Yeah, I got a team that shoot my videos. I got to create a team. Yeah, shout out to Pover World, shout out to Gang Gang. You already know what the fuck going on. But yeah, I got to create a team that shoot all my shit. But yeah, it's always a collaborative process with us though. We always like talk about it and figure it out for sure.
Now I saw that you have a show coming up soon. Yeah. A big show. Is it at Poorhouse?
It's at the Poorhouse, motherfucking June 5th.
And then so update us on the upcoming shows you got coming up.
All right, bet.
And what you doing the rest of 2021?
For sure. So I got a show June 5th at the Poorhouse. It's going down. Everybody gonna be there. It's gonna be motherfucking lit. Got Rome Jr. in the building, 3 a.m. in the building, Madam Trauma, me, Spaceman Stu, Icy the Boss, Jacinda, Kelly Kell. The list go on. That shit long as fuck. But it's about to be crazy. Doing some giveaways, some contests, all that shit is about to be lit. And then I got another show June 26th in Charlotte. It's gonna be crazy. And I got another show after that in Durham, July 14th. gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we going up right now. Just tapping with me everywhere online, Rastaa Slimy 2 Wise. But the rest of 2021, like I said, I'm dropping the EP every 2 months. I'm not gonna stop dropping content. I'm dropping content at least 2-3 times a week. Still got a Green Room podcast going on. If I got another podcast I'm about to launch, we going crazy, man. Merch dropping soon. Like, we just about to go off. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to you for my mask.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's like your favorite part of it all? Because you do a lot of it. You know, you curate, you promote, you produce, you're an artist. Yeah. You know, you come up with creative concepts. You got the podcast going on now. So is there anything that is like your favorite part of it?
It's definitely still the music. Yeah, for sure. It's not even close. For sure. It's not even close. I feel like everything else is fun, for sure, because I still get to be creative, and I still get to be creative in a different way and express myself in a different way. And I think if you are a musician or if you are creative and you have one way of creating, you should do something else. You know what I'm saying? Just to give that portion of your mind a break. But music is definitely still like my favorite thing to do, like, for sure. It's not even close.
That's the heartbeat.
Yeah, I love it so much, for sure.
I understand.
Yeah.
That was the last question because you've been around since before North Carolina was popping. So how does it feel to see, like, it kind of starting to come to fruition?
Man.
Like the promise of the last however many years when you seeing it, and people who were almost there and then something happened, or somebody who was almost there and they passed away. But now, like, Mir.I.am and Rhapsody and Cole and the baby Stunner, the list goes on. There's a very real possibility that you know, a North Carolina artist could be the next superstar.
Man.
So how does it feel when you look back and you reflect? Did you ever think that this will be the point?
Right. It's crazy because, you know, like, when you talk about something, it's different than seeing it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I've talked about this a long time. Like, me, like 3AM, he been around just as long as I've been around. And we've been friends since I came here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we used to talk about that shit all the time. Like, bruh, North Carolina gotta get one, like, someone going, and we would see, like, niggas, like, I ain't gonna mention no names or nothing, but we would see the niggas getting there, like, bubbling, touring, you like, oh, hell yeah, and then nothing. And then it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, or something bad happen, or they get locked up, or they get shot, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a great thing to see, bro. I'm super excited, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to keep going is the main thing. Like, I just don't want us to get like content with where we're at. You know what I'm saying? I think the main thing that we need to focus on, and what I want a lot of, like, other rappers to focus on in North Carolina, is, like, building the people around you, is because the team is what creates the industry. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's not the artist that creates the industry. It's the PR and the managers and the promoters and the DJs. And if you put that behind you and create that network, then we develop a network across the state. And that's how you get an Atlanta, or you get a Chicago, or a Texas, or a Houston that is like, no, you could be successful right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could make your whole career right here and never really have to. I mean, you can, but even if you don't, you could still be successful right here. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm just like, I'm pushing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just interested in putting people in positions, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like, we need that shit. We need the PRs and the managers. Like, there's no reason why I'm seeing, like, 400, 500 artists and, like, 10 managers. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, niggas is getting money out here. Let's not cap. Niggas is getting money out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not no reason why that can't happen. You know, so I just think we just need
more of an infrastructure here. In, like, some type of hub where people know, like, all right, it's hard finding PR people. That it is. And good PR people. It's hard finding managers. It's
super hard. It's super hard finding good PR and good managers. I guarantee you, because I mean, also it's like people want to do that type of shit as a side job, and it's like, it can't be a side job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because as much shit as you got to do, you can't work 9 to 5 and then go do PR for Rastaa or for someone else. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's hard to do a 9 to 5 and be an artist. It's barely gonna work. There's gonna be a certain point where you gotta choose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I told I was talking to somebody the other day and I told them I was like the main difference between like the bigger cities and like Raleigh or North Carolina, whatever you want to say, is like when I go, like I just did a press run in here, right? And I literally had to go and reach out to everybody that I wanted to link with, right? When you go to like Atlanta or New York or whatever and do a press run, you could literally go to these places. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you literally ain't got to go find them. Like, you could just go. Like, you know exactly, like, okay, I'm going to go to Street Exec Studio. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to this spot. I'm going to drop off shit here. I'm going to drop off shit here. And that will cover Atlanta. You feel me? I won't have to be here for 10 days. I could just hit these 5-6 places. Right. I can move on to the next state. Yeah, that's the main thing that we ain't got. It's like we ain't got artists that could come here and do a 2-day press run and hit boom, 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 boom. Like, artists come here, hit K97.5 and go home. You know what I'm saying? If we keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? They might do a club appearance, whatever.
I mean, it's hard to say. Well, if you're an independent artist, radio oranges is pretty much out of the period,
exactly, for sure.
out of the budget period.
Right.
So that's kind of like a major artist thing, unless you have an Arnold Taylor behind you.
Right, exactly.
Because, you know, the baby, before he got signed, he had Arnold Taylor behind him who has all the radio relationships. So that's why he was able to do all those radio runs. Right. But without that, it's very challenging and difficult to be able to just set up, because it's like we need more defined media outlets outside of radio, you know, big bloggers and podcasts and you know, TV and platforms and things like that. So I can definitely.
Because I mean, like we talked about earlier, it's all about knowing what you want. So if we want an industry, the whole thing about creating an industry is having artists that aren't from here come here to work. You know what I'm saying? That's how you develop an industry. They come here and spend their money with the DJs and the radios and the bloggers and the studios, and then you could go to their city and spend money. That's how you know what I'm saying? That's how it develops. You know. And we gotta stop saying there's not a superstar from North Carolina, like the baby ain't from North Carolina. That nigga is definitely a superstar.
He's a megastar.
That's what I'm saying. He won how many billboards? He won how many billboards the other day?
Yeah, even though they played the wrong song when he
I seen that shit.
And that's what I like about him, because he didn't make a big deal about it. He just kind of laughed it off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we got like the two biggest rappers.
Literally, and then Mir.I.am is like coming up huge.
Because J. Cole's on fire and the baby's on fire.
Yeah, like 6 consecutive #1 albums. And all he got to do is just drop it, and it goes to #1.
No promotion.
And then we got Dreamville Fest here, Article Fest, Hopscotch. So, Povik World doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, North Carolina, I think that we're starting to more and more build up more platforms, but we still need to. We need more, and we need to do it faster and more professionally. Because it's time.
Boom. Yeah. Say that last part again.
More professional.
Say it for the people in the back. For real.
It's definitely time, because, you know, the eyes are on the market.
Yeah.
And you know, the next rising star has the very, very much potential to be from North Carolina.
We just gotta set the tone, man. We just gotta set the tone. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop dealing with
put some money behind it too.
And we gotta stop dealing with like, just because they are our peers, we can still be professional in dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want your homie on a show, like, treat him like you booking an artist. Don't treat it like, oh, I'm just about to send him a DM or text him, or no, send an email, have a contract, have a formal operation. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes time to deal with an artist that's not from here or artists you don't know, you won't know how to do it because you used to dealing with your homie from around the way. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true. It's just like a different level, like I said, of professionalism.
Yeah.
I remember it was an artist that I met in Atlanta during A3C that wanted to get booked on one of my shows up here, named James Lewis. And I was like, sure, like guys, you like a real cool dude, network with him.
Yeah.
I was like, email me, can you email me some pictures for the flyer? 5 minutes later, I got a Dropbox link with his EPK in it.
Boom.
A file with professional photos, like music videos.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Niggas out here will send you a selfie from the car. Like,
selfie from the car.
On standing,
3 pictures? I got you. Hold on.
Squatting on the bathroom counter. like this. It's just like no bio. Nobody has a bio.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows what an EPK is. So it's just like we just have the education component.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta set
just
the
gotta
tone.
It gotta be stepped up, and it's on every artist to do it for themselves. Educate yourselves.
For
DJ
sure.
Chuck T has a dope class, or get with somebody that can kind of help walk you through that process.
Yeah, it should. Y'all need to call Next if you don't even know who to call. If y'all don't know Next VST on Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
Pay that man and sit down.
What's
with
his
him.
website? Money for Artists.
I want to make money off music or .com or something like that. It's in his bio. Next VST.
We're gonna have it at the bottom of the
Yeah.
screen. When
Yeah.
this airs, you'll see what the
Facts.
website is.
But
Shouts
yeah,
out to him.
Pay that
Shouts
man
out Raleigh
$100
Day.
and get that consultation, man. He'll get
Yeah,
you right.
get your, and I'll do consultations too.
Boom,
So just get
look.
yourself together,
That's it.
and you know it can happen for you. So I want to give a big shout out to you for coming on, telling us
sure.
about the project, your rise in Raleigh, all the
sure.
dope things you got coming up, the music, the EP. Tell everybody real quick where they can follow you.
Shit, you can follow me on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good shit. At Rastaa Slimy with 2 Y's. I'm on all streaming platforms. Anywhere you want me at, I'm there. Gang,
Yes, Rastaa Slimy, we appreciate you tapping
sure.
in, stopping through. Go download that Touche album and tap in. So, and if you're an artist, like, hit them up to try and get on the show too. You know what I'm saying? Network your way.
Network is
And
network,
the best
baby.
way to network your way is to show up to the show,
Mm-hmm.
support, buy a ticket,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, "Hey, I
People
came to
can't
your
ignore
show."
you. People can't ignore you. You spending money with them, I guarantee.
Yeah, and in-person meetup is better than a DM.
For sure.
All right, we appreciate you stopping through.
We need to do
Carolina
a damn
Waves.
damn music 101 show. Goddamn.
Right, you're welcome for the gym.
Yeah, for real.
No invoice on this
For
one.
real,
Next
nah.
time you get an
Yeah,
invoice.
this one free, man. Next one $200 per 10 minutes, man. Stop playing with me.